Welcome to Miss Holt's Art Room. How to draw body proportions using ovals. So we're going to use 12 ovals. And the ovals might be on its side or it might be vertical. I need to connect that one part there. All right, so I've got a list of 12 body parts that we are going to do using ovals. So I'm getting everything ready to set it up. Now you all know an oval because that's how we did our facial proportions. We did an oval for the head. So we're going to do the same thing here. Then we're going to add an oval on its side for the neck. Then we're going to do the torso, which is the chest area. Of course, that's going to be a little bit bigger. Sometimes I make it a little pointy on the bottom. And then we're going to draw the hips. And that will be basically an oval. Then the upper leg, which is the thigh area, two sort of thin, skinny ovals like that, kind of mushed on the vertical, and then your knee, kind of almost a circle, could be a little bit of a smushed circle, and then you've got your lower leg, your calf area, and then your foot. And your foot is some ovals also. So we've got the body pretty much set up. Now we need to do the arms. So we're going to do the upper arm, then the elbow, and then the lower arm, and then the hand. So we'll have this one on the hands on the hips. Same thing again, upper arm, then we're going to do an elbow, which is smaller, then the lower arm, and then the hand. So we have kind of a little person with two hands on their hips. Okay, let's do it again just so you can follow along with me. So you're going to do the head, and you can pause it if you need to. Then do a neck. Then do a torso, then the hips, then the upper leg, your thigh, and then the knee, and then a lower leg, which is the calf, and then the foot. So we're going to do the same thing again over here. The upper leg, the knee, the lower leg, and the foot. Sort of looks like he's got sort of a cowboy there with his splayed out legs. Then we've got the upper arm, the elbow, the lower arm, and the hand. We've got the upper arm, elbow, lower arm, and the hand. So he definitely looks like a cowboy right there, a little bow-legged one here. Okay, so that gives you sort of a general idea of what it's going to be to draw the body proportions. Now, what will be happening is I want you to try and find some reference photos. Reference photos are really good. Also, you could look at your family and have them pose for you and take a picture. But I found these reference photos in catalogs that come to the house. Maybe you've got a magazine or two. Maybe your parents have one. We're going to do the same type of thing. We're going to put the oval for the head. And then we've got the neck area. Then we have the torso. We've got the hips right there. Maybe make it a little bit bigger. And then I've got to do the upper leg and another upper leg. And then the knees, which we can't see. She's wearing pants, but we know it's there. Then we've got the lower leg, the calf area. And she's kind of splayed that out, so I might make that go a little bit like a diagonal. Then we've got the other lower leg. And then we've got the feet. All right, so I'm looking here to see where the feet is. That looks about right. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add the upper arm and the elbow and the lower arm. So I'm looking here for my picture for reference, just to see basically where her arm is and her elbow. Okay, there's her lower arm and her hand. And this one's sort of tucked behind her. She's got it kind of tucked there, so I kind of see, just going to draw what I see and kind of add that to it. Okay, so that looks roughly, it looks different from what we had before with the cowboy with his hands on his hips. All right, let me find another picture. I tore several out. I want to find a clean side of my paper so that you can't see the drawing underneath too. So let me get that taken care of. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at this girl here, and she's got her head sort of tipped to the side, kind of looking a little bit down. So it's not like she's looking straight across. I think I need another cleaner piece of paper. There we go. And I'm going to make it so that she's sort of looking down, so her head's tipped. So it's not completely straight. All right, and then we've got her neck. Then we've got her torso area. Then we've got her hip area. And then we've got her upper leg and her knee. And then I'm noticing, whoop, that's behind that one. So let's do this one next. So we'll do this one because that's the one that's in front. And we'll draw that like that. So now it looks like it's crossed over with her leg like that and her foot. And this one's kind of behind, so we jump over and then we add the other foot. Then we're going to add the upper arm. We need to make it a little bit longer. And then the lower arm and then her hand. Okay, that looks about right. Okay, we'll do the same thing on this side. We're going to add the upper arm, the elbow, the lower arm, make it a little bit longer, and then her hand. Okay, so that's got a different look. We can see that her legs are crossed over. I tried to find some different poses where the people were wearing pants so I could see the legs a little better. I think that helps instead of somebody having a long dress. If you can find somebody with shorts, that would be great. Short sleeves would be good. You could have your family members do something like that so you can see more. Now I thought I'd do a little bit more challenging one, so I found this one with this guy in a golf cart. So I thought I'd try that. So I've got the head right there. Oh, now I got to do the neck. There's the neck right there. Okay. Then there's his torso area, his chest area right there. Then his hips. This is where sort of your hips hinge to make the legs go out like that. Okay, then we've got the knee. And then we've got his lower leg. And we've got his foot kind of up there on the part of the golf cart. Then we've got this lower the upper leg, knee, lower leg. And we can't really see his foot. It's sort of behind it. Let's get his arm there, his upper arm, his elbow, his lower arm, and his hand. Okay, and then we've got to get the other one. We can just see what we see. It's probably hiding because it's behind the other one. I thought I'd add a little bit of a steering wheel, maybe kind of the seat where he's at, so it makes more sense. Okay. Now I found another interesting picture as I was going through my magazines, and I found this one that has a kid holding up a paddleboard paddle, it looks like. So this has some really good, a different way of putting the arms, and you could have people pose for you like that, or if you can find a picture like that. So I've done the head, the neck, the torso, the hip area, and now I'm going to do his legs, which are pretty straight on there, okay, with his knees. And then we've got his lower legs, and then his feet. Try to figure out where they're positioned. There we go. Now his arms are raised, so we'll have the upper arm, and then the elbow. There we go. And the next part of the arm and the hand. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 ovals. Here's another one. I'm sort of looking at what direction those ovals would be. There we go. And he's holding the paddleboard. I already had a line there, but I just need to straighten it out a little bit. And then I thought I'd add the paddleboard here so that it would look more sort of put him where he's supposed to be. So there we go. That looks pretty good. All right, and lastly, I want to do one where somebody's sitting on the ground. This is a little bit more challenging, but the more you do it, the better you get. So why not try a challenging one? So I have not the whole entire picture there, but part of it. But I had the part where she's got her head, and then the neck, and then the chest area. And then I have the hips that we're sort of behind everything, but her hips are there. Then we'll draw her thigh area, her knee, and then her calf area right there is kind of in front. This one's going down to the back where she's got kind of her knee propped up, and there's her foot down there. Can't really see too much of it, but it's sort of like it's behind there. Then we've got her elbow on her knee, and it's going right across there, and we've got this other arm off to the side sort of propping her up. So that gives you an idea of what's going on there. So even though it's not perfectly detailed, we do know that she's sitting on the ground with her elbow on her knee. So we've got a lot of possibilities for your positions. So I went through the catalogs. I tore out several that you can choose from. If you need to stop it and draw from there, that's fine. I have no problem with that. But I would like to encourage you to find other resources. So you could ask your family to hold still while you draw them real quick, or snap a quick photo. have them pose for you. Be something kind of, if you're bored, that's something you could do. Of course, you can always get some reference photos from catalogs, magazines, or newspapers. That's really something I want you to do. But you can think about having different poses, standing and sitting, crossed legs, crossed feet. They could be waving. They could be holding something in the air. They could be leaning over. You could do some candid shots with maybe your family cooking or cleaning or sleeping. But the most important thing is that I want you to have fun with this.